Alright, hi everybody. Y'all probably just read the title. It's saying talking about. I meant to put talking about my school year so far, like the years I've had school so far right now. I will let y'all know I am a junior. So so when I'll explain. So I do not remember kindergarten. So what I was told when I was little was I went to a private kindergarten. It first started like I went private kindergarten first. After like it was from babies to K7 or K4. And when I got done there, I graduated. And then I moved to kindergarten. Moved to a public kindergarten. But I did kindergarten twice. But when I moved to public, I moved to the state I lived in before I moved here. I was in kindergarten, so basically like I had a teacher. She was very sweet and nice. My teachers have always been nice except for one. And basically she was very sweet and nice. Like I learned stuff like what you usually learn in kindergarten, stuff like that. And I met my first best friend there. Her name is Hannah. I met her. She has popped up in my chat before. And we became friends there. And then there was also a boy that liked me at the time. And I think his name was Chase. I don't remember. It's been a long time. And basically, he would pop in my photos. And my mom take photos of me, pictures of me being happy and stuff like that. Well, from that we move up to first grade. Okay, so we move up to first grade. First grade was like I still had class with my best friend, the one I met from kindergarten. So we hanged out. We would like go eat lunch, blah blah blah, like normal like kid stuff too. And me and her would hang out, and I met another person, another friend I think, in that class. But I became friends with her a while later. And basically, during that time, and my mom one day, my mom came and got me like usual. So like I've always been parent pickup. Like always, I get picked up by my parent, or I can also like now that I'm older, if I get a car, I can take myself home. Basically, at the time when I was little, my mom came and got me like a regular day, just regular day as first grade still. I was still in first grade at my old school. And she she said my real name, but we're just gonna say Fiona for short. She said, "Where's Fiona?" And when my teachers were talking to her, and she asked that, my teacher said, "Oh, she's in art." My mom's like, "Huh?" And my teacher like, she went to art class. And my mom parks and walks in. It turns out I signed myself up for art. So that was my first time doing art. That's how I got into it. Basically, after that, school went like normal, like always normal and stuff like that. And then it moved to the second grade, still had a class with my best friend. And I probably met more friends as well in my school. I don't remember much of second grade. But I do remember that I think it was my first or second grade that my teacher at the time I was staying with my aunt. my mom and me, my mom had to stay with my aunt at the time for some stuff and like that kind of stuff. Like because my dad probably worked and he had to go on trips and stuff like that. Me and my mom was staying with my aunt, and my teacher that I had, she has kids of her own, and I got along with them real great. And basically, she would come get me from my aunt's house and take me to school, like probably normal, because I was in her class. So I mean, I didn't have to do much. I would just help her. So like I can tell you the truth. I'm the kid that won't like I don't want to get in trouble. I'm the kid that doesn't want to get in trouble. Or I'm the kid that will act like totally right. Like I'm the kid that does the stuff I have to do. Like take it for granted. One of my teachers in high school said that. And she would take me to school. My mom would take me to school as well, but she'd take me a few days sometimes to school. I ride in her car. And I think during second grade, it was in first or second grade she did this. Second grade, I probably made another friend. We're just gonna say no name because I don't want to say her real name. And basically, she had trouble walk. She had to have braces on her legs for walking because her legs are curved. She doesn't need them now. She's much older. She could walk normal now, but when she was little, she had to have them. And I had another friend as well. And then I don't remember I don't remember third. I really don't remember third. So we're gonna just skip third so I don't remember it. We're gonna go to fourth. Basically, at fourth, I met my neighbor. That was my best friend. Her name, we're gonna say, just starts with a K for short. And me and her swap classes sometimes. Like, because during once you get older, if we're the school I went to, you swap classes and but then you'll swap more classes when you're older and stuff. And to tell you the truth, I never had to wear a uniform. Never. Like, my schools never, had to ask us wear that. The only reason why I had to wear some uniforms is for bowling. Because it's part of the team and stuff. But I've never had to, wear one for school every day. Never. And basically, we would swap classes. I would go to her teacher and she would go to my teacher. Or I would come in her class. My teacher had to go do something and stuff like that. And my teacher had a tarantula. The tarantula's not here anymore. It probably passed away or something. She got a new pet. And I had her. Then we swapped regular schedule, OE, all that stuff. Regular kids and stuff like that. I met her. She came down to my house. That's how I met her. And knocked on the door and stuff. So basically, after that, it leads up to 5th grade. I think 3rd and 4th were like that. Okay, where I swapped with her. I probably met her in 3rd. And then it leads up to 5th. 5th, they where I went to go. So you have 5th. You, have 5th. And then, it leads up. But you have 5th and, with 4th and, middle school. My school at the time when I was there, 5th was... Actually, it's elementary when I was in 3rd and 4th. You have 5th there. But my school's different. My school, basically put 5th in middle school. So, at the time, during middle school, I had a teacher during 5th, my 5th year of school. Not 5th year, my 5th grade and stuff like that year. I had a teacher. I don't like her. Alright, best friend. This is the one. This is my first best friend. I met her in kindergarten. That's why I was speaking earlier. This is her. Basically, she had a different teacher at the time too, but our teachers were close in door, like close by each other. And the teacher I had, she was rude. I will tell y'all a story that I didn't remember. So we had lockers at the time. You give like lockers now. Where I go, we don't have them now, but at the time I did have a locker. I came to school one day in a dress and tights, but you couldn't see anything because the tights were black, so you couldn't see anything. And they were like the dress was long, so it wasn't as long, but you couldn't see anything and stuff like that. And my teacher that I had, she was rude. She looked at me and said, "You're in detention. You filed the dress code." The dress code said not to wear like pants that are like leggings or like short like that. But I had some on, but you couldn't see anything in them. And I had a dress on, and she said, You had detention. You filed a dress code. Blah blah blah." And I had to sit in her class and write. She treated me, I could tell you the truth. She treated me and my friends like dogs. Like, really like dogs. Like, she was rude to us. She was rude to one of my friends, and the mom got mad at her and almost had a fight with her. I did not like it there because, A, I didn't like that year because I had her. She was rude. She treated me and my friends like dogs. Like, how hard that be? She, like, treated us badly. Like, I have another friend. She was in the class with me as well. She got treated badly too. It was not right. It was wrong. Then, after that, I transferred to a different school. I transferred to a different school and all that stuff. And turns out that I don't have to see that teacher anymore. So I'm happy I don't have to see her anymore. But when my mom was signing stuff and getting everything ready and stuff like that for us to move and transfer me and stuff, my teacher, my friend was with me, the one with the K. I just said K for short. She was with me, and my teacher that I had that rude to me, and my friend, she looked at me like she wanted to hurt me. Like she's dead eye wanted to hurt me really bad. And my friend probably got mad at her. I mean, my friend could be very tough, but it devolves. She doesn't want anyone hurting her friend. So she's very tough. She's a tough cookie. That's for sure. I haven't seen her, but I want to see her. And she wants to see me. We're both older now. We're not kids anymore. And the teacher treated us very badly. But she did tell me a story. They did go on the summer camp, and my friend went, and my friend and that teacher that I had that like was rude to me and rude to my friends, she wore high heels in a boat, and she fell out of the boat, and everyone started laughing. And I thought it was funny because A, payback, and A, you don't treat a child like that. I even had people come up to me saying, "Oh, my parents don't feed me. Can I have some food of yours?" and never pay me back. Now, I'm the kid, I will tell you, as a kid, when I was very little, in like 5th grade, I was very sweet. Like, I was nice to everybody when I was little. Like, literally. I'm still a bit a nice person, but also I've turned a little mad and all that kind of stuff. Sad and everything. I have emotions now. But someone even stole my little thing I had in my locker and didn't even tell me who it was. And then someone would come up lying and all that stuff, making me feel bad for them. And then they would lie. This girl, we're gonna call her. We're gonna say M for short because I know her real name and I haven't seen her, and they full haven't seen her. She basically would come up to me every day of school when it comes to lunch. So we have lunch and recess. We have lunch and snack time, which is snack time's the last thing of the day. And she would come up to me during that time and say, that or lunchtime, she would come up to me during that time and say, hey, can I have a snack? Hey, can I have a snack? My mom didn't pack me anything. So surely, me being the sweet kid and all, I gave her something. She would ask every day. And I got tired of it. So I stopped giving her stuff. Even she lied one time. So at this time, my friend that moved to where I lived at the time, that knocked on my door, I met in 3rd and 4th grade. The one that starts with a K. We gotta just say that for short. Her mom was pregnant at the time. And I found out, when we brought her home, they locked the door, and they were doing the gender reveal and everything to find out if it was, boy or girl. And it was a boy. So I was in there, and I got to see it. And basically, just the gender, I got to see, because I did the gender reveal. And and then basically that girl that, asked for my, food and stuff like that, she basically lied to the teacher during 4th and 3rd grade, saying, oh, my mom's pregnant and stuff like that. And then the teachers called their mom, and the mom said, no, I'm not. So she lied to the teacher and stuff like that. And she would even come to my house and say, hey, you want to play and stuff, and knock on my door and say, hey, is she here? She want to play? And then she would come in and take chips and leave. And that was it. She basically, I even punched her brother. I showed her brother who's boss. Wondering why? Because he called me something, and I had enough, and I punched him off a trampoline into the dirt. Hey, don't mess with me. Now, getting back to where I was at. When she did that stuff, and then I moved. I moved to the school I'm at now. And I was in 6th grade. I had a hurt leg. My kneecap was swollen. I had fluid in the kneecap. And I could not move. I had to be wheelchaired for a day or for a while. And after I came back, my teachers were so nice when I went to that school, my first day. My principal even saw me limping. And my principal said, went up to my mom and said, hey, I'll drive the car, you take her in. My principal was so nice, and we actually knew the principal. Turns out, we even know the principal at the high school I'm at now, actually. He ran with my mom's brother and sister in high school. So, basically, I got wheelchaired for a day because of my leg and injury. My teachers were nice. They were sweet. Very sweet. And basically, at the time, I had special ed still, too. I had special ed stuff, problems and all that kind of stuff. And I have an IEP for special ed stuff. So, that's no different for me because of my Crohn's. Crohn's disease is a thing I was diagnosed when I was 7. I just turned 7. 7 or 8. It was one of those ages that I turned. I got diagnosed with that. And basically, they were sweet and nice. They got me a wheelchair by the end of the day, and my mom came pick me up. I was in a wheelchair. And then after I got better, and they had to do what they had, doctors had to do what they had to do to help with my leg. I came back to school. I fell going to the gym. I fell going to the gym. Two or three teachers ran up to me saying, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey, you alright?" I'll ask if I'm okay. And I said, "I'm fine." And I got back up and continued walking. And I said, "I'm fine," before I continue walking. And then basically that year went good and stuff like that. I loved the teachers I had. I have always had nice teachers. Even though sometimes I could get very upset and stuff like that, my teachers are always sweet and they fully understand what goes on in my life. And that's when, after that, I think it was then that year, it was my 6th year. That's when I moved and I got in that school. My 6th year was that. And then, I think it was my 7th or 6th year, I got a call from the office saying my name. So we're going to just say Fiona. They called my name Fiona. Come to the office. So I go to the office. My aunt's there to pick me up and check me out. And then she tells me why. My baby cousin was on the way. So I had a baby cousin on the way. My cousin, she went into labor. And the baby was on the way. And they had me a button saying big cousin, all that stuff at the time. And then 7th grade, I got into PC and stuff like that. I still had art, by the way. Art was never left during my years of high school and my schooling years. And basically, I got into PC. I think I got into PC. And then when I got into cooking class, all that stuff, sewing, I even sewed up a pillow one year of school during the year I was at. So we passed those years by because I don't remember them. We hit 2020 when I was in 8th grade. 8th grade. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be really hard. So let y'all know. I stayed home. The reason why is because during COVID hit, you had a chance you could go to school or stay home. My mom made the choice, or I made the choice to stay home for my Crohn's disease. And then, bam, one day, I had my seizure. My first seizure when I was older. I did not have Oculus. I was watching TV and bam, caught it on camera. My body, after it happened, my mom came home, found me, called the ambulance, called 911. My cousin, she was probably she was a little at the time. She was probably 2 or 1. Don't remember. She said, is Fiona gonna be okay? Now, you're not gonna expect a little kid, a little baby, gonna ask, are they okay? Asking if their cousin's okay. Because they have no expecting what's going on. So I was rushed to the hospital. When I realized, I woke up, I was in the hospital room. No IV. I haven't been stuck. I got to go home that night, the night I had it. But luckily I was still home during COVID. So I got COVID that year as well. But it only took 24 hours, which is great. But It scared my family when I had a seizure. It scared all, and then we lead to the year I start high school. My first high school year, I was nervous. My teacher showed me around so that I know what it looked like. And they showed me around, and I got the click in it once I started going. Basically, I had math. My lunch changes too, by the way. So lunch changes like earlier. It's like earlier, later, or late. It's like, okay, so they have a reason for my lunch being like that is because it's A, B, C, and D. The reason why it's got A's first, B second, C's third, and D is last. So they had it like that, which it's called the block system. The block system is very different. So you change classes in high school. You do. Take granted, my high school, if I was still at my old school, I would have 7 periods. At the high school I'm at now, at the time, I only have 5 periods to go to. So I did what I did normal. Got used to school. Made a friend at my old school, and she moved. I haven't seen her since. Not at the where I was in 5th grade. Yeah, I think it was that or high school. I met a friend, and she moved. And then, basically, during high school, it was hard for me to make friends. But I made a couple of friends. And luckily, I do have a class with one of them. It's a she. And actually, at the time during like middle school is when I had my first boyfriend. Well, I didn't want to speak about that, but I have to. Then I broke up with him during high school. So we were broke up anyways. Basically, he would do anything to hurt me. Like, he would make me upset, cry, everything. Like, I'm sensitive in a way. But he would make me cry and all that kind of stuff. And then I got used to it. I stopped crying and ignored him a lot. Then, after like I got done my first year of high school, I started getting upset. I would go to the nurse because I would get scared. And then when I had my seizure, that's when the freaked out happened. I passed out before. During a snow day, too. I passed out in class. Basically, it was the year before last year. It was the year before this year. I passed out, and I found out I had a seizure. And when I had a seizure, I got a watch. It's a watch that helps with me and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. And I have to have internet for my phone. It'll go off if I have one. So basically, blah 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 stuff like that. When I had a seizure, I scared my husband, my lover boy. I scared him to death. I scared everybody. Seizure's no joke, and I will show you a video. Once I get that video, I will post it on here saying, seizure's no joke. Here's a reference right now. I will show y'all it. Y'all can get all mad at me all y'all want, but this is no joke. No joke. I will show it. One day. I don't have it now. but one day I will get it and show it. Basically, after I had it, I was home for a while because my mom wanted to watch. They wanted to watch me to make sure I'm okay. And then I had it on Oculus, so I met like my husband, my family, and all that stuff on there. And then when I had it, it was taken away from me. And then I came back Christmas. I had it there in October. My husband didn't get to see me for a few months. And I felt so bad because when I called him after I had it, they checked me out. When I had it, I called him. He was crying. Not like tears of joy, no, like very sad, like scared. Like really crying. And and then my mom just went to him saying, she had a seizure. He's like, I saw it. He saw it right in front of his face. He told me he wanted to run and help me, but I disappeared before he could even get to me. And he feels like it's his fault when it's not his fault. Basically, seizures are not a joke. If people think they're a joke, then watch it. One of their family members might have one. It's no joke. It can be life or death. And taken granted, it can be. I'm not saying this like, oh, make fun of them. I'm saying this because they do happen. After it happened, I was home for a few days, resting. And then once I got my computer, I did not have a mic. I got on VR chat and said, hey, called him up and said, hey, babe. And he's like, hey. And we talked. And I'm like, hey, I'm on VR chat. And he started flipping out because I finally came back. And when he saw me, he ran up to me and hugged me. But I couldn't hear him at the time. And then when I got my voice, he heard me and started running and crying. He was crying, happy, tears of joy because he got to see me again. But then once I went back to high school, for my year, I passed out. I had a few issues with life. Like, I felt like I couldn't do anything. Like, my body felt tired sometimes. Like, I felt so stressed. Turns out it's my friend. I got stressed out when I was around her. After, and now this year has been amazing. Nothing's happened this year. I've had a few problems sometimes, but I haven't cried or anything. I haven't cried during high school. I cried last year a lot because I was stressed. This year, my teachers have been seeing a difference. They've seen like, oh, she's acting better, like all that stuff. But I still have to have the watch to keep me safe. But my attitude's very different now because since my friend was removed. Basically, my next year, okay, so let me explain block 2 to y'all. A block system is like where like a year, you have a year, and then you cut it in half, and then you'll switch to a different class. So next, like, this is my first block of this year for actually it's my last one for being a junior, and then it'll get cut during like after summer, and then I'll go for my senior year. And my senior year is my last year bowling. I bowled all through 7th grade to now to a senior. So, but I will probably post that video. Basically, during my life in school, I have had problems with life, but it makes me different. So, I'm okay. But this is my school life. How I've done it and everything. I've always had to go like special ed. I always need help because some stuff I don't recognize or understand. Even with my seizure, some stuff I could do myself. Some stuff I need help. And I do go to the hospital. It's not a joke. Because I have a body that has like problems. I've been dealing with a lot of problems. And everyone thinks that I don't have problems when I do. So I want to say, please. I also have family stuff too I have to deal with too. Tomorrow and Friday, I will not be here. I will not be. I'll probably make some videos, but I will not stream. I don't know. It depends on if I can or not. I'm going on a trip with my real life family. So please, do not do drama. Do not do drama for my husband. If you're going to do it and he tells me, or my father tells me, I'm not going to be happy with you. Thank you. Anyways, please, don't judge people by the cover. Because if you're going to judge them, my mom probably has always been picked on. I've never been picked on. But there's some times where people make fun of us. And I'm going to say this for once. I got picked on for a drawing. I made a drawing and a kid said the F word to me. And I told the principal and he got suspended. But I saw that kid at one of my high school years. And I totally ignored him. I've never saw him again. But I've also have girls give me attitude. Like I checked out and I said, "Excuse me," and one girl said, "What?" Like giving me an attitude. Like I had to get out the door because they called me to check out. It was before the bell. Yeah, and also if you're getting into high school, there's a lot of fights too. Take a chance or leave it. There's like fights like crazy. But that's just my high school. But also, I get out early of school, so I want to take or leave it. But I will probably post it. If I don't, then I apologize on not posting it. It's probably because I didn't get it or my mom didn't give it to me yet. Because we are busy and stuff like that. But I will post that video when I can about my seizure. So y'all can know how I feel and how me and other people feel about it. Because y'all are not taking the only one I feel like that only cares about it is my husband, my father, my husband's Forbes, my son, Tails, and a few of my kids. And my parents. And that's it. I named the ones, and even my best friend. She knows what's going on. Anyways, I'm going to have to end the video here. And if I do, I will post that video. Anyways, bye everybody.